14. It won't be long before we enter the 2026 hurricane season. This morning, though, we are talking about some simple things you can do now to protect your home and protect your family. Dan Mills with the Home Builders Association of Greater New Orleans is here with some tips and some reminders before we get to hurricane season. Dan, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Always happy to be here.
So last year, I feel like before hurricane season, you were telling us about this this kind of fabric that people could install, essentially nails on the sides of their windows and attach it every hurricane season. You said there's a new company in town that has something a little bit different and that's a little more functional?
It's a huge new development. So it's like a Kevlar kind of fabric you can think of. So it stops impacts, it stops wind, and it also stops driving rain. But it can be installed now in a retractable track system. So it can be used as screening and shading during the entire year. And when you leave for a storm, you simply close it and walk away. And we've got a new company, a new member in town. They've been installing this in Florida for years called Shade Doctor. So look it up on hbagno.org and find the product. It's amazing.
So you have that product and the other one if people do want to put the other one, take it on and put it off every time they do have a storm coming in. So some options out there for people to protect from wind. I know, before I forget, let's talk roof. You said there's some changes to fortified roof laws that you really want people to understand before we get into the hurricane season.
Several changes in the law have come across over the last couple of years. Today in Louisiana, it's required when you replace a roof to meet the new code standards, which gives you a resilient roof, and secondly, to get a permit and inspection on that roof, which means never let anyone on your roof without a permit in your window.
That's after a storm, before a storm, ever.
That's
but especially
anytime.
Because it's now law.
Absolutely.
All right, Dan, let's talk about some other home maintenance things you could be doing right now. I know it's getting warmer, but some stuff to do to make sure your house is ready should a storm come this way.
June 1st is around the corner. We want to make sure that we cut everything back from the house. Make sure that there's no tree limbs. Make sure your gutters are cleared. Make sure that you're inspecting all the windows and doors, because this is the openings to your home. And what happens is when you get a broken window or an open door, wind comes in and pressurizes that home and causes the damage. And finally, we always see damage with garage doors. So make sure you get a bracing on a garage door or get that new hurricane fabric from Shade Doctor on that front door.
Let's talk about wind mitigation surveys. What are those and why should people look into getting one?
Wind mitigation surveys document the wind mitigation features on your home that your insurance company doesn't know about.
Okay.
So you can almost always get discounts. About 80% of people that get a $300 wind mitigation survey see discounts on their homeowner's insurance. But more importantly, it will tell you what you can do to improve the resiliency of your home, and those improvements are tax deductible under Louisiana income tax law.
That's a huge one right there. What other professional consultations do you suggest people take advantage of right now?
You know, all of these things require professional people. When you look at your generators and maintain that equipment, have a qualified electrician come and check it. When you're looking around and you see that there are water issues, maybe drainage issues, maybe you have a leaky pipe, get a licensed professional to come out and check these issues. They will take care of your home and ensure the safety of your family and the neighbors that are around you.
Dan, I know people at home are thinking, oh, hurricane season, it's so much, I can't keep the list together, but you guys have a really good resource on the website to help people organize everything and make sure they're ready, correct?
Lots of stuff to help out. It's hbagno.org. Check for consumer resources.
Dan Mills, as always, we appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
All right, let's get over to Nakondra Norwood.